telling you something to all the grandkids.
Right, like Mayan and Yehuda, the young ones who are over here, who never had a chance to see our father, your dad's grandfather. If he was alive, you would have called him your great-grandfather. What was this man like? First of all, he was a very tall man. He was not only a tall man, but he was a very, very solidly
Lean.
and straight man. He never ever bent and crouched. Whenever he walked, he had the most elegant, straight walk. And you know, today I'm looking back and I'm wondering why. I think Hannah is the only one who knows this from me, that I have always been wishing to stand straight and tall and lean and thin. And I was wondering, today I'm wondering, where did I get this obsession? It is an obsession because my father always, because of his lean and lightweight, he used to walk like a butterfly on the road, very, very fast.
And long legs.
Never long legs.
And Mum was far behind.
I used to have 2 steps to his 1. I used to measure.
That's right, and it is something that I thought was very, very nice, and I've always been really, today up till now, I have been trying very hard to keep to that style and to that level, and I think it's very, very interesting. So here was a very tall man, a very energetic man. I don't really remember him sick all the years of his life when we were growing up till towards the end, where he neglected his health. Had he not neglected his health due to insufficient knowledge about medicine, he would have lived a lot longer. And therefore, there is one little message that we young people must learn, is to rely very, very nicely on medical aid when we need it, and to always look after our health so that we will grow old gracefully. I don't know, nobody remembered, but when I was a young boy, I enjoyed the embraces of my father. When I was really little, in fact, that is my earliest memory in my life, that he used to make me come and lie down by his side, and he keeps on telling me, "You are my father. Ruben was my father, and you are my father." And he used to cuddle me, and I still remember. I must have been 2.5, 3 maximum. In fact, even less than 2. And it's surprising that at that time he really had a lot of affection. But as the number of children grew, it looks like, and the responsibility grew, he became very serious in his life. And I think the only thing that made him serious is the load of the responsibility that rested on his head. He had to go out every day to make a living. And it was easy at times when the British were there. I remember he used to go to work and he used to be back sometimes in 1 hour, and he's made enough money for the week. And that would be a week where we would see him go to the vegetable men who used to sell it. Those days people walked on the road with a tokri on the head full of fruits. That's the way they sold. There were no shops.
They would come door to door.
Door to door. And he used to buy the oranges, buy the dozens, and the mangoes, sometimes buy the whole crate. There's another memory I have of him. He once bought a monkey. He had a very good friend called Sunny, and he was a Sunny Kocha, had a monkey. I don't know if you all remember, but he once...
I remember the monkey.
And I don't know if you remember also that the monkey bit me. And that's the reason why he got rid of the monkey that same day.
He gave it to Sunny.
He gave it away to Sunny.
Where did he bite you?
In my hand away. And this whole thing was blood red. I remember that very, very nicely.
And this pigeon is a reincarnation, it's a guild who wants to apologize. It's coming back to treat you nicely.
So that's
So you're there.
about the
And I can really, and another, in fact, if I tell you the nicest memory I have of my father is when one morning he took me to shul just before Rosh Hashanah at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, it was very unheard of to take a young boy. I was very, very young. I may have been under 5, but I remember it very well. He took me at 4 o'clock in the morning to listen to the slichot. And I saw him really singing and praying for the first time, and it was the last time.
The last time.
I never saw it after. I don't know what was the reason, but he sang the slichot prayers with so much enthusiasm and with so much meaning, as if to say that one prayer was enough to last him for the rest of his life. Looks like it. But he really prayed not only nicely, but with a good singing voice. And the one he loved most of his most beautiful tune was Ado Shembe Kol Shofa. He went with it. Shema B'Tu'ah. I'm standing, I was a very little boy and he was so tall. And I'm looking at him like this and he was singing away and it was really very, very warming. But you should know that he always took me with him wherever he went. In fact, in his highest moments of crisis, he took me along. And the biggest moment of his crisis in life was when he went to salvage our home. When I remember after we decided we are not going to Israel, we returned back and we took over the house. He paid the money, he managed to get money to buy the house again. Exactly 1 month later, somebody came and put all posters on our doorstep saying you've got 24 hours or a week to vacate and get out. The house is not yours. It's on somebody else's name. And my father got a shock of his life. And I remember he told me, come Reuben, let's go. I don't know why he took me as if I was a good luck charm. I don't know.
How old were you?
But, maybe 5. It was all in that, in that period of time. And I went with him and I sat with him and I found him trying to use all his intelligence, which I'm not saying it in order to chas v'shalom, to run him down, which was very limited. I saw him literally, holding his breath. He was dying to scream. And how could you do such a thing is all the thing. He only sentence him. How could you do such a thing? This is my house. I paid for it. He says, yeah, but the signature over here is not yours. I don't know what he said. And then I remember my father's curse. He sat with and he told them, the man who will come and live in that house, he will die. His children will die, they will all die. And he walked away like that with such temper and anger. I mean, if you could, if he was a man, he had, as I said, he was very well disciplined in himself. If he was not, he would have killed that man on the spot because it was a tragedy. It was a matter now he had to take all the family
children
and move into the road. There is nowhere to live. And I don't know whether he was a brave man, but he did it. And he kept on working hard. My last impression of him is, and I think it is something for everybody to learn, my father never liked a loan.
You what?
He never liked to take a loan. And I remember once life became so tough that he did take a loan. And in those days, there were no bankers.
There were sharks.
People who had money, and they would give you a loan, but they would charge you a lot of money in return. For example, if you took a loan of $10, you would have to give him back $15 within the month. So that was $5 more. And I remember once my dad was again running late for payment and he took me with me as if to say, I was a kind of a guarantor or I forget the word.
He never liked to go alone.
Yeah.
Like a bodyguard.
No, but, like he was a top. And he told that man, I promise you, I will. And the man was very unhappy with him that he didn't have the money because he told him today was the day. And that he had the guts to go and, he didn't run away. He went over there, he stood there and he says, I haven't got the money, but I promise you I will bring it in 1 week's time. And I remember at one next time he took the money, he had the money, he worked, and he took me along with him, and we went and we paid that debt. I learned from him never to take a loan in my life. And I think I am so happy and so lucky that Baruch Hashem, I owe nobody any kind of money. I never took a loan. And if I did take a loan, I would be in such a hurry to pay it back. I won't go to sleep. Even take, for example, over here, when I go to shul and I make a Misha Berach, I have to go to shul the next morning to pay that bill. Here,
That's directly from
Like
God.
me.
we were on shul on Shabbat, we made a Misha Berach. Flori also paid it